Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Blue Juice TV. Listen, we gotta get into these things, child, because the internet is absolutely on fire right now. And y'all know one thing about me, I ain't gonna hold you, because I always tell y'all, we know everybody got kids, people got jobs, they got pets, we got all the things that we gotta get into, all of the things that we gotta do, cooking and cleaning, you know, all of the things. So I'm not gonna hold y'all, we're gonna get right into it, but first I need you guys to go cover the basics. Please go comment, like, most importantly, subscribe to the page, and that's about it, y'all. Let's get into the things. Alright, first let's get into Cardi B. Cardi B is catching heavy backlash after publicly cheering on her second baby father, Stefan the Strangler Diggs. And not only did she cheer him on, she's using the name of Jesus while doing it. Now, here's why the people are upset. Stefan Diggs has multiple assault allegations, including accusations involving women. He's also been accused of some bizarre behavior in the past, including men. And according to reports, he's set to be arraigned in 25 days after allegedly strangling his personal chef, which is why he is now known as Stefan the Strangler Diggs. So when Cardi B goes online celebrating this man and bringing religion into it, a lot of people felt like it crossed the line. She was just doing a bit too much. Now, Cardi can celebrate whoever she wants. She can support whoever she wants, but because accountability seems to disappear, or basically because a lot of y'all don't seem to hold her accountable, I think a lot of people are rising up and trying to hold her accountable. Because had this been other people who were celebrating someone who allegedly sexually assaulted someone, or, you know, allegedly strangled someone, it would have been a whole nother tune. And so I think people are just starting to catch on, and they're starting to try and hold Barney accountable. And I applaud them for that. So shout out to the people. Alright, next we're going to get into, Lord have mercy, this Don Lemon in the church situation. Now, I usually don't talk about this type of stuff, but as most of y'all know, I am a Christian, and so this kind of hit home for me. And I thought about myself and what I would have done and how I would have felt if I was at church yesterday, and a whole mob of crazy people just storm inside the church, yelling, getting in people's faces, shouting, and just doing all of the things. And that would have bothered me. Like, that's illegal, first of all, and it's just not right. Like, we have the freedom to worship, and we should be able to do that in peace. And so when I seen this story, I usually don't even get into stuff like this, but I had to this time, because what in the world do y'all think y'all doing? First of all, I'm tired of people playing with Christianity. Like, y'all respect every other religion. Y'all do not do half of the things that y'all do to Christians. That y'all don't do half of those things to other people of other religions. And to be honest, I'm tired of it. And also, Nicki Minaj was tied into this as well, which is another reason why I'm covering it. And it's just not safe. You know, with all of the church shootings and all of these different things that have been going on, I'm surprised nobody didn't pull out a gun and pop a couple of caps in a couple of folks. Because why is y'all running up in this church like this, yelling and stuff? Like, if I was the person that had a conceal and carry, that probably would have been the first thing. I would have thought that somebody was about to do some harm to, like, the church. Like, and the people. Like, what in the world? Like, you gotta watch the videos. It was, like, crazy. It was not peaceful like they're trying to say it was. Don is trying to say it was a peaceful protest, but it definitely wasn't peaceful. When people got in people's faces yelling and screaming, and the way they stormed in was just crazy. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody didn't get shot, because due to all the church shootings, people I know that go to church, a lot of them carry. And so, yeah, I'm super happy that nobody got shot. Praise God. But yeah, I'm shocked, because That was absolutely insane to think you can just run up on private property just going crazy, popping off. Like, yeah. Anyways, let me get into the story before I continue to go on. Alright, so Don Lemon is under fire after being linked to a group of activists who stormed a Minneapolis church during Sunday service, disrupting worship and terrifying families, including children. Pastors across the country are now calling for criminal charges under the FACE Act, which protects religious institutions from intimidation and interference. And instead of owning it, Don Lemon tried to play clueless. So, allegedly, the DOJ has announced an investigation, and which prompted Lemon to, make a video claiming that he did not know where they were going and said that they simply followed the activists and intentions on covering whatever it was that the activists were going to get into. However, some footage has been leaked and it tells a different story. Before the incident, Lemon is on camera saying things like, "This is an operation that is secret. We are not giving information away. You know where you're going. Don't name the location." He even jokes about how people would react seeing him at church on a Sunday morning. So when he later claims ignorance, people aren't buying it. And legally speaking, this isn't a free speech issue, which is another thing that he's trying to claim. And he's a journalist and it's free speech. But not in this case, sir. You can't walk onto private property to make people uncomfortable and then claim constitutional protection. That's trespassing, that's harassment, and potentially a federal violation. I want you guys to check out this clip, just in case any of you are out there and you may be looking into becoming a journalist or something like that. This will just kind of help you understand that what he's trying to say is not correct, and you can't, just because you are a journalist doesn't mean you can just do whatever, whenever. However, there's still laws and things like that out there that you have to abide by. So check out this clip.
So good on those protesters. I commend them for using their First Amendment rights, going into a church and protesting what I would consider peacefully. And those of you that want to go after Don Lemon, it's par for the course for you right-wing fucks. A black man who happens to be gay.
Shut up. You're an idiot. And a loudmouthed idiot at that. Your First Amendment right doesn't allow you to barge into whatever church you want and start protesting. A church is private property. They were using their First Amendment right to barge into a church and protest. That's like saying you can barge into someone's living room and start protesting when you want. Your rights end where other people's begin. Free speech doesn't give people the right to trespass, harass, and interrupt private gatherings on people's private property. Freedom of protest does not override people's property rights. Freedom of religion allows individuals to worship without interference. So no, they weren't exercising their First Amendment rights. They were violating the law, and you idiots are using the First Amendment as cover for committing crimes. Again, it astounds me how people take the left seriously. It doesn't make sense to me. Again, like I've said this 1,000 times, if we let them, these people will run our country into the ground. Many of these people are ignorant and opinionated and loud. Then he goes on to try to make Don Lemon a victim. It seems like Don Lemon knew about this beforehand and actively participated once they got in there. I do not think he was a just passive observer, especially when he went up and started interviewing the pastor, and then kind of in an adversarial way. It's very clear he was ideologically aligned with the protesters. He's not just some neutral observer that just happened to be there. Not what happened. Everyone in that church should be charged with multiple crimes. And the governor of Minnesota should be doing something about this. The state should be doing something about this. That city should be doing something about this. All of these people should be charged. They need to be held accountable because they absolutely broke the law. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter. I send that out every morning.
All right, and so this whole situation is where Nicki Minaj made her return to Twitter. She was on like a little sabbatical. It was for a minute. I think it was before the new year. Yeah, I think the last post on her Twitter was on the 26th of December. And so, yeah, she came back because of this situation here. And basically, Nicki Minaj stated, Well, she made a post and it said, Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Nicki is hilarious. It's the thug for me. She is a mess, but she is so right. Like, people don't play with Muslims. They don't play with any of these other religions. They do not play with them. But for some reason, Christianity, they just think they can just run amok in the palace at all times. And no sir, no ma'am, it's time to put a stop to it. So I stand with Nicki on that. Like, I don't know if I want him to go to jail and stuff, but like, you gotta chill. And now he's out here trying to clap back at her, talking about she doesn't understand what she's talking about, is beyond her capacity, and as if, you know, she's just because she's a rapper, she's like an idiot. I don't know if because of Cardi that people associate rappers with being slow and, you know, allegedly. I don't know what it is, and I'm not trying to come for her, but just because someone is a rapper, that doesn't mean you're slow. Actually, rappers back in the day, and before this whole wave of like the TikTok rappers and all that stuff, rappers were actually very intelligent. And so, yeah, I don't know where he's going with that. But y'all, it didn't stop there. Not only did he clap back at Nicki, but TMZ also made a post. And I'm starting to realize that TMZ is just no longer really credible. Like, they just be putting out anything, and you can tell they lean towards a certain side. If they don't like you, they're gonna basically post whatever they can to try and make you look bad. And so recently, right after this whole situation, they made a post about Nicki, stating that Nicki used the Nicki used the homophobic slur in response to the Don Lemon church situation, which caused an uproar online with a lot of Nicki Minaj's fans, stating that it was very misleading and exaggerated. I mean, like, if y'all really want to get into the things, I mean, she was just saying what he does. Am I wrong or am I right? Because that is what Don Lemon does. You know, he does do those types of things. So it wasn't like she was just out here just all willy-nilly just going in and just saying some crazy stuff. That Don Lemon is what she called him. And I mean, if you want to see it in a bad way, you can see it that way. It just depends on how you look at things. And me personally, that never even crossed my mind, like a homophobic slur. Quit trying to make this lady homophobic. We know Nicki, she fools with homosexuals. She fools with gay people. Like, those are the main people that be on her team. What do y'all mean? Like, it's so crazy that they really be trying to paint this picture. But the real ones really know who Nicki is. Like, she loves gay people. Nicki loves all people. She's just standing up for what she believes in nowadays. Nicki has always been a Christian, but she never used to say much back in the day. But I think now she's getting older. She wants a different lifestyle for her children, or her child. I don't know if she's going to have any more. But, you know, when you become a parent and things like that, and you get a little older, you get more wisdom and you're more knowledgeable about things and you look into things more. And that's probably what she's doing, which is why she's more outspoken. But to sit there and try to make her a homophobic because she said what Don was, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like, people say stuff about people all the time, but it seems like whatever she says, they just really try to magnify it and make it super bad. But Don does do that, and I'm sure he does it gladly. Ain't he married to a man?
Here goes TMZ lying again on Nicki Minaj. All TMZ does is invade people's privacy and lie. First of all, calling someone a cocksucker was never a homophobic thing. That is something that straight people use to each other. I mean, it's used on a daily. TMZ, stop playing with intelligent people. That don't work over here. Journalism is literally going to hell at this point. Because trying to paint Nicki Minaj as homophobic because she called him a cocksucker. Do y'all not understand that Don Lemon was going in on Nicki Minaj last year, the end of last year? She said nothing. Oh, but he done fucked up now because you done pissed some people off. Don't bring that shit to America. Stop going into churches and interrupting people's service, sir.
Anyways, I'm getting off this subject because this is just crazy. But let's stay right here on Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is silently dominating. And here is the crazy part. Despite no official release in years, Nicki Minaj has already surpassed 200 million Spotify streams. Only 19 days into the new year. No rollout, no radio push, no industry backing, just catalogs, true authentic fans, and dominance. While everybody else is chasing headlines, she is silently winning. The lady was on a whole sabbatical since December the 26th. I ain't heard a peep from her. And already surpassed 200 million Spotify streams. You can't get rid of her. Nicki Tanya ain't going nowhere. Alright, next let's talk about Billboard. Alright, Billboard drops a major update. YouTube will no longer count towards Billboard charts. It will no longer count towards the chart calculations. Effective immediately. And child, let me tell you, that changes the entire landscape of it all. No more mass video loopings. No more artificial boosts. Because y'all know them people used to pay for that artificial boost stuff. It would have millions of views and 5 comments. It ain't no lie. I promise you, I done seen it happen. And this is kind of crazy because we just talked about Nicki Minaj. But as you know, Nicki's her whole last album, she did not make one video. And she was really focusing in on streaming. She wanted people to just hear the music. Because that's what the music industry is about, music. Not videos. People were becoming like basically little actors and actresses, making all these just extravagant videos, spending all this money on all of these videos to help boost their careers because their music wasn't good enough. But Nicki has been on that for a minute, and it's just crazy that is all taking place now, because a lot of the fans are pretty much saying that it seems like Nicki was already aware of what was to come, and she was trying to prep her fans on how to fall back in love with simply just the music. And so that's interesting, and it's super dope at the same time, because while a lot of fans are going to have to figure something out or figure it all out when it comes to streaming music, the Barbs are already one step ahead, because Nicki Tanya had already got the people together, child. And so that's what's going on with Billboard, and I'm interested to see how things turn out and where people place on the charts now that there's a whole new ball game. You feel me? Alright, moving on. Alright, y'all. I wasn't going to get into this because this happened sometime last week. And I just didn't want to get into it because it broke my heart. Like, how could y'all do this to me? So this next topic, y'all, I have been a fan of these people for years, like following their Instagram and just loving their whole life. You know, I don't make people my goals or anything like that, but I did admire like what they built. Let's jump into it. So I'm talking about Kristy, Sarah, and Desmond. Social media star Kristy Scott, known online as Kristy Sarah, has filed for divorce from her husband, Desmond Scott, alleging infidelity. And just back to what I was saying, this one hurts because I've been following them for years. And I just know their whole story. Like, they were like 14 years old when they met. And, you know, they dated ever since and got married. Had 2 kids. I heard the story about how, you know, they built their social media career and just how hard they worked to build something so beautiful, something that just looked so legit, you know. And so it hurts because I was rooting for them. I really was. It was such a beautiful couple, both super creative. and just brought into the world two beautiful little boys. It was just a beautiful situation, and I just loved watching them win. And it seemed like they just had the perfect situation. But unfortunately, we never know what's going on behind closed doors and things of that nature. And so, obviously, there was some things, brewing that nobody knew about, which came to the light. And, we seen that Kristy had filed for divorce. And then shortly after that, all hell broke loose, child. There was a video that surfaced showing that Desmond was caught in the bar, kissing some random woman. Like, it was just careless behavior. And it's crazy because even when I found out that she was filing for divorce, I didn't believe. I was like, "No, I don't believe it," because neither one of them didn't make a post, and so I just was like, "I can't believe it." Like, I don't believe it. Like, not Desmond and Kristy. The child, like, literally, like, the next day, a video was posted of Desmond kissing some random lady in the club, and I just, it just made me sad, child. It made me sad. It really did. I was just like, Lord have mercy, it's official. And so after that, Desmond, eventually came online, and he shared a post with all of their followers, or his followers, because it was on his page. But everybody was nosy at that point, and so I'm gonna share that with you, and I'll read it off to you guys as well. It says, "I want to begin by apologizing to Kristy, our family, and everyone who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding this situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many. It definitely has, child. And I'm truly sorry for the hurt it has caused. Kristy is the mother of my children, and that will always come first. I remain fully committed to being an active, present, and loving parent to our boys, as I have always been. Kristy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them. Toward the end of 2025, I wanted to separate, and I had conversations with Kristy regarding this. Lord have mercy. During this period, I made choices that I am not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions. I shared this with her directly and personally, and ultimately, we decided to divorce. I ask for privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter of our lives. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over the years. I'm grateful for that support and will continue sharing my love for cooking and the things that inspire me. I hope you'll continue that journey with me." Lord have mercy, y'all. God, dog. I just can't take it, Lord Jesus. I'm for real. Like, this breaks my heart to the core. Dang, y'all. Why couldn't y'all work that mess out? But I know how it is. It's life. Sometimes you just can't get through things. I just really wish they would have. I really do. But, it is what it is. It happened. He did what he did, and she responded the way she responded, and here we are today. But y'all, check out this clip. For some of y'all, I think everybody probably already seen it, but if you haven't, we got a clip of the girl and him kissing in the bar, and then we got a clip of the girl, because allegedly TMZ found out who she was, which I take with a grain of salt, because TMZ pretty much ain't credible no more. Like I just said, they just be lying and making up stuff and blowing things out of proportion, all of the things. But yeah, allegedly they found her. So check out these clips, and yeah.
I say this one time and one time only, I am not the one he cheated with. Everyone involved in the situation knows that it was not me. And let's clear the air right now, I am definitely not transgender. I've always been a girl, I was born a girl, I am a girl, I'm just a girl. I love being a girl. No offense to the transgenders. And why are you guys calling a clearly straight man gay as an insult? I thought that was something we don't do in 2026. I did not call TMZ on myself. All the information that was released about me is public information and it's listed on my Instagram. They reached out to me the day they were going to release it, saying that they had confirmed who I was and if I wanted to add anything on and make a statement, which is when I told them that I did not know who he was prior and that we had barely met that night. I'm pretty sure when you guys meet someone at a club, you don't interrogate them about who or what their social media status is. We were obviously many drinks in, the vibes were there, as you could tell. They are divorced, the ink is definitely dry, and most of you guys don't actually know these people. I don't have kids, I don't cook, I don't really watch family content, I'm not on that side of TikTok. Also, there's so many fake accounts of me right now and a whole fake relationship. I don't have a boyfriend. This is my only TikTok account. I've also seen so many TikTok stories that said I asked him to buy me a bottle, which is insane work. I would never do that. So I'm gonna get hate regardless if I post a video or not, but I just wanted to clear my name because again, I am not the woman that he cheated with. Moral of the story, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors and it should never reach the extent of having death threats to you or your family.
All right, as you guys see, the lady, instead of taking accountability, she pretty much tried to distance herself, claiming she didn't know Desmond was married, she didn't know anything about his social media, and it's possible maybe she didn't know. I don't know if I believe it, but it's possible, because, I mean, a lot of people don't know about them. But, child, the way they was kissing, you knew him, and you know of him, and, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, y'all, we got to get on up out of here. Listen, it was a whole lot of going on. Please get in the comments. Leave me some comments. Just talk to me, y'all. Let me know your thoughts. Where do y'all stand with the whole protest, Don Lemon mess? Cardi B praising an alleged abuser. This Kristy and Desmond situation. Lord, let me know what y'all think. And also, while you're leaving your comment, please go ahead and like the video. And most importantly, please go subscribe to the page. Please subscribe. Alright, anyways, I gotta get out of here, y'all, because I'm getting goofy. Anyways, until next time. Oh, my bad. Please remember that everything in this video is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And yeah, until next time, stay peaceful, stay vibey, stay all of the things. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Deuces.